In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your first project and launch Unreal Engine Editor. Anything you create and work on will be stored inside a project folder, and all of the content for that project will be stored inside that folder. So it is a very easy way to manage all of your different projects that you're working on. Under Library tab, you will have My Projects. And by default, you will have this section empty. So we're going to create our first project that we will use to construct our simple environment and continue with the series. Now, to create our first project, we need to launch Unreal Engine browser. And to do that, we simply click on Launch. We can use a different version that we want to launch and use this button, this icon right here, or we can use any of the icons here. So let's go ahead, left click and launch Unreal Engine 4.7.2. This brings up Unreal Project Browser, and it will list all of our current projects that we have created already, and any of the sample content that we downloaded from the marketplace or from the Learn section. Yours will be completely empty for the projects and for the samples. But once you create a few projects, this is where you would launch your projects from. But what we need now is to create a new project. So we want to click over to New Projects tab. And the first thing we want to do is to choose a template for our project. We can choose Blueprint or C++. C++ will actually require code and a compiler to enable the C++ templates. Blueprint will not contain any code, and all the game mechanics will be implemented inside the Blueprint, inside the Unreal Editor itself. So we're going to use Blueprint. Then we need to choose which template that we want to use. Blank, first person, flying, puzzle. All of these will have gameplay mechanics already set up for that type of game. This is also a great way to set up a project and learn what kind of setups, what kind of blueprints and how they were used to create this template for this game. So for our new project, we're going to use first person. This will give us a first-person perspective and a default position for the hand and the gun, and it will include some basic functionality of a first-person shooter game. Next, we want to choose our target hardware. We can choose desktop or console, or mobile and tablet. We're going to choose desktop and console. For maximum quality, we're going to choose maximum quality. And starter content, we can choose to have no starter content or with starter content. This will give us few basic static meshes, textures, and materials that we can use to construct a simple environment and learn Unreal Engine 4. So we're going to choose starter content, so we have something to work with. And these two options, desktop console and maximum quality options, we can change this inside project settings when we launch the editor. And the last part is we need to select the location where the project will be stored. The default location is C drive, and inside your documents, inside Unreal Projects folder. And then we need to name this. So let's go ahead and name our project, WOLD, Fundamentals. Name cannot exceed 20 characters, so you want to keep it relatively short. And for the directory where we're going to store this project, I'm going to choose a different path. I'm going to save this on another drive that I have on my computer. The default location is stored inside your C, My Documents, Unreal Projects folder. But I don't store the projects there. I store them on a different hard drive. I have all of my projects stored inside E drive, and inside Unreal Engine 4 folder I have all of these projects created and stored here. So what we're going to do is change this to a different folder where we're going to store this project. So we're going to go to E drive, AlexGWOLD projects folder, and inside Unreal Engine 4, and click OK. And inside that project, Unreal will create this folder where this project and all of its content are going to be stored. Let's create project. And it will go ahead and launch our project and the editor. Here's the editor launched, and Unreal opens a default map, a first-person shooter template map, automatically. Now before I close this editor, let me go to Edit, Project Settings, and on the target hardware, this is where you can change the two options that we talked about when we were setting up a project. So now we created our first project. Let's go ahead and exit the editor. And if we go on the library section, now you should have an icon for the project we just created under My Projects area. And if we quickly navigate into the E drive, into the folder where we created this project, here's our project folder. And if we go inside, we have all of the files for our project saved within this folder. So all of your maps, your textures, your materials, and your assets that you would import into your project, and any project settings will be contained inside this project folder. So it becomes very easy to back up and manage your project.